welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. Hello, I'm your host, Nikki Cuesta from Philadelphia, PA. This is brought to you by the Connected Leaders Academy. I am super excited to have another amazing guest that I connected with through the Connected Leaders Academy. Let me just go over who he is. It is the wonderful Kevin Shorette. He's a Navy veteran, founder of Shorette Shield Services. We protect and empower people, family, and business of North America by providing them with affordable access to their legal rights, as well as identity theft protection and restoration. Without further ado, we will get Kevin. Hello, Kevin. How are you?
Hello, Nikki. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on your show.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm super excited to have you. We connected. We had a couple virtual coffees already. I'm part of your Tri-State Ladies of Business, which we'll talk about in a moment. Super excited about that and what's going on there. So let's just talk about a little bit about Kevin. Kevin, what is your story in short? What have you done and how have you gotten to where you are today?
Oh, well, for sake of time, I'll give you the short synopsis of that. So my background is blue collar and then military. My dream was to serve. Unfortunately, after 2 enlistments, both of which I got injured during, when I came home, I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was looking for a way to continue to serve people. Luckily, an opportunity presented itself that allowed me to fulfill that passion, continue my purpose of serving, protecting, and empowering. And that was being able to start up Shorette Shield Services and partner with a great company called PPLSI. That was about 4 years ago, and now I get to travel all over the U.S. and help people. And really, that's all I love to do. And I think no better way to earn a living than by truly making a difference. So that's me. I am the owner operator of Shorette Shield Services, and as you mentioned, Tri-State Ladies of Business, which I can't wait to talk about on your show because I think it's going to be a great tool for women in the New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey areas.
Awesome. Well, first of all, thank you so much for your service. And I am glad that you are here to tell it and share it and spread your wisdom, your experiences, and, the love you have for being a servant leader to your community and all around the world. So with that being said, talk to me about what really turned you on to this leadership role and this entrepreneurship and really taking life into your hands and making this possible for yourself?
That's a great question. So I have always been entrepreneurial. Always, like as far back as I can remember, I was knee high to a grasshopper. I have been working since I was probably 8 or 9 years old, probably even before then, really. Whether it was something as simple as mowing lawns, washing houses, washing cars. Anything that I could do to earn a living. Because I grew up rather in the poverty section of the world, so to speak. Not well off, a lot of times not knowing where the bills were going to get paid from. But I've always wanted to work. And the thing is I loved being able to work more. And I know that's a strange phenomenon for a lot of people. I like to write my own schedule, yes, but that means to work 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week because I loved working. I loved the feeling of looking at a finished product and going, I did that. So that was pretty much my whole childhood into my teens. I've really only worked a couple W-2s, and all of which I was not very happy in. Because they only let you work so much, and there were so many restrictions on what you could and couldn't do. But I really fell in love with the entrepreneurial way of life when I started to understand more about not just making money, but keeping money and having your money work for you. I knew how to make a lot of money. but I didn't know how to keep it, and I definitely didn't know how to make a duplicate. And there's a quote behind me, as you see, a few years of grinding can produce a lifetime of freedom. I will say that is true, but you have to invest your time and that money properly. Because without that, you're just working for linear income, and that doesn't help anybody. So I love the entrepreneurial way of life. I think everybody should get a taste of it. It's not for everyone, but it is for most, and it is definitely a better way to live when you get to write your own schedule, live your own life on your own terms, and have both time and financial freedom.
I love that, Kevin. You said something that really stood out was that you love to work. I was working 60 to 80-hour work weeks as a W-2 employee. I love what I did, who I worked with, the people that I served in the healthcare industry, and just making sure that my team was equipped with coming to work every day. But when you hear like, I'm just not having a good day, or I can't do this, or this sucks, or I wish I had an extra day off, was really, heartbreaking to me, because I always loved Mondays. Mondays was my favorite day, which people thought I was crazy, because it was a restart, a refresh. I knew exactly what was going on. Now by Tuesday, Wednesday, everything was like what I planned was like out the window. But I too, after 15 years, I'm like, wow, there's something more out there. There's something more I can do. And that's what actually led to my journey in the past 2 years, when I finally decided to give myself permission to succeed. And sometimes you have to find that if you're in a space right now and you're just not happy, you have ideas, you have ways, you need to go out there and get yourself a coach and a mentor. Now, about being a leader, it's not always doing it by yourself. You have a group, a tribe, you have everything that you can have, within a community. How important was it for you? How many coaches have you had? And how important is for our audience to know how important it is to have a coach?
Oh gosh. So to backpedal a little bit, I'm an athlete, right? Well, I was an athlete before the injuries, and I try to still maintain that athletic ability. But my life was around coaches, and we often only think of a coach unless you've experienced it. You only think of a coach in the athletic space. But I promise you, coaches and mentors, we should have them in all areas of our life, not just in one. Not just, some people say, "Well, I need a business coach." Okay, but what about a life coach? What about a personal mentor that's going to help you grow as an individual? Because, and I promise you, any successful person out there will tell you, for you to earn more, you must first become more.
Mm.
And that's where really a coach comes into play, because they're going to help you shorten the bell curve. They're going to teach you what they learned, oftentimes the hard way, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. I have a coach for finance. I have a coach for each of my businesses. I own two, and I plan to own more. And each one of them, I have a separate coach or mentor for. But what I will say to that is the importance of having it. People think I can't afford, right? So when I first got started in this industry, I didn't think I could afford one up front. And then I realized I could have coaches and mentors from afar. And what I mean by that is there are books that people have poured their life's work into that give you a coach from afar. So we have people like Simon Sinek on his Why series. We have people like Napoleon Hill on Think and Grow Rich. We have people like Grant Cardone with Sell or Be Sold, James Clear with Atomic Habits, Morgan with the 12-week year. I mean, there's so many good books out there. If you can't afford a coach, a personal coach, buy a book. Buy a book on something that you're looking to pursue, and learn from that book, digest that book, and implement the lessons in that book. Now, that's coming from somebody who can't read, okay? So just a little side note on that. When I finally graduated from high school, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box, okay? I promise you that. I couldn't read. I graduated with a third grade reading level. And to this day, I'm not a very good reader. But the nice thing is technology has allowed us to have a great program called Audible. And there are other options out there. If you don't read well, get the Audible program. If there's no Audible program, I'm sure you'll find something, a overview of that book on YouTube. Because getting those lessons are so crucial. But again, focus on you, building you, so that then your business and the rest of your life then can grow. So I think to kind of circle back, having a mentor, having a coach is so crucial to growth in life. You can do it yourself, but boy, is it a long, bumpy road if you try and do it alone.
Yeah, well, I am a true testament to that. I had the entrepreneurial, spunk for quite some time. I would say, 20 years now. And you mentioned some books, and I have Think and Grow Rich. I had Atomic Habits. I had to put it to the side, but I think Sell or Be Sold I have. And what I do, we have different versions, but it's the same thing. And what I do is I actually purchase the books and the audibles at the same time. Being a notary, I'm in the car most of the time. So I listen to them, and then I kind of go back to the physical version, and I take my notes, I do my highlighting and stuff like that. But it's so important to know that that's where you start. If you don't have the funds right now, you start there, and you start, jumping in on smaller events that, are a little bit more cost effective. Get in the room with people that are doing these things, because let me tell you that though it has been a 20-year journey, the biggest success that I had has been in a short 8 months. And that's because I got in the room and I started getting the mentors that felt, and I have multiple, I'm in like 6 or 7 different communities, because they all add a different value. We're all going for the same end goal, but they all have their different styles, their different, experiences. And I believe all of that is important. So thank you for pointing that out and even highlighting where to get started, books, audibles, and just start getting in the room with these growth-minded people that are doing what it is that you want to do, and it will happen for you. So we're going to take a quick break here. We are going to then come back, and we're going to talk about your 2 businesses and what you have going on with that, which I'm super excited about and to be a part of. So bear with me 1 second here. We are going to get this up and running. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line, and of course, grow your circle and your network like never before, this is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JAESCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So that is the CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy, Jose Escobar, and my dear friend. We were launching our books. We did launch our books this weekend at the Business Bootcamp in Cherry Hill. Kevin, you're a part of that community as well. So connect with Jose Escobar. But we are here again with our veteran, Kevin Shorette, and we are going to talk about your Shield business. Let us know about that and how you help your community.
Absolutely. So I want to take just a quick note here to talk right back what we were on before the break. I want to share that no matter where you are, no matter what your finances are, you can start the journey to better yourself. When I first got started on this leg of my entrepreneurial journey after I came home from the service, I was broke and I was broken. both physically and emotionally. I filed bankruptcy. I had not a dollar to my name, but I knew I needed to make a change. For those of you out there that say, I can't even afford a book, that's okay. Go to the library. Because the books that you can read in there, don't go to the fiction section, go to the personal development section. Because those books will change your life. And you will find such an incredible opportunity for you on your horizon. So I just wanted to share that with you all. No matter where you are, no matter how young, no matter how old, your personal development journey can start with a single step. So now to talk about what we came to talk about. Sorry, I didn't mean to backtrack, but I wanted to cover
sorry. That's awesome. Every time we have an opportunity to spread that knowledge, that hope that there's still opportunity, we are good here at BALM. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So back to our regular scheduled programming. No. So the Shorette Shield Services. I've been working with a company called PPLSI for the last 4 years. And when I heard about the mission, because that's how I found out about it, the mission was to protect and empower the people. Now, when I enlisted in the military, I took an oath to serve and protect the people of the United States. Well, when I heard that mission statement, I said, I need nothing else. Where do I sign up? And then I started to find out what the services were. And then I started to find out how much I was getting paid to do something that I love to do. And I said, this is fantastic. How do I scale it? And so I ended up going and I said, I want to make my own brand. I want to brand me to be a part of such a great company, great organization. So I launched Shorette Shield Services, LLC. And then we've been doing that now since June. And I love that because now if I want to add more to the pile, I can. I can serve more, add more value to my clients. Because for me, that's what it's all about, education and value. If I can educate somebody, provide them knowledge that there is something here that can benefit them, then that's all I need to do in life. If you do what you love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's not really true, but the idea behind it is. Meaning, if you love what you do, the good times far outweigh the bad, and it will always drive you forward. Another quote that I love is, if you find a way to serve the many, and you have the desire to, so you have the means and you have the desire, greatness will fall upon you in abundance. Another way to say that is, find a way. If you help enough people get what they want and need, you will have an abundance of what you want and need. That comes from the great Zig Ziglar. Service to people shall lead to greatness. That's something I always repeat in my head, because for me, it's all about the service. And my whole lot in life is to bring value. As for the company that you're really interested in, because she's a part of it and she's fantastically amazing in it, is our Tri-State Ladies of Business. Now, let me preface by saying, obviously, I know I'm not a woman. I don't fit any of that characteristic. So let me share the story as to why it got started. So Tri-State Ladies of Business started as an idea back in March of 2022, when I wanted to put up a post to help bring some awareness to local women-owned entrepreneurs, business owners, people, professionals, women professionals. I come from a long line of powerful women. My great-grandmother, school teacher, principal, she was the matriarch of the family. She stood a whopping 5'2", and her husband was a whopping 6'2". And no matter what Ethel said jump, everybody asked how high. And she was very soft-spoken, so it wasn't like an intimidation factor, it was a respect factor. She was a very powerful woman in respect. And after she passed, my grandmother took the torch, and it's always been a matriarchic family. And so I've always had such a great respect for women. But when I put up that post, I was expecting 5 or 10 engagements. And I would have been completely happy with that, because at least then I would have been able to shed some light on these women. But what happened was is we got over 150 engagements on that post. And I said, okay, then. So now I have an obligation. I have a duty to these women to put them together, to facilitate an area where they can come together, mastermind, network, share business ideas, and provide the ability to grow not only in business but in person. And that's where the idea for the Tri-State Ladies of Business came. The 150 names that came to the list were all women from New York, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. And I went, well, I don't even have to do much work here. It's already done. Let me just put these women in a room. So we ended up launching that at the start of this year. We have a free group that you can join. You're invited into Tri-State Ladies of Business. It gives you the ability to network at your heart's content. And we have one speed networking event every month. And now we offer a paid membership to further the value add. The paid membership is not something you're not paying astronomical amounts of money for. It's literally enough to pay for me to bring in speakers, because what I want to do is add value to you as the ladies. And we do weekly masterminds. We have a woman in every state who is the ambassador for the state to help mitigate and monitor the website, the Facebook group, and it's great. It's a great opportunity to be a part of. We offer quarterly trainings from a 6 or 7-figure woman in business to help shed her knowledge on the other women. And there's also advertisement opportunities. Now, the advertisement opportunity I need to preface is for the paid membership, and you're limited to what you can post for an advertisement in the group, because I don't want it to be an ad group. I want it to be a value add group. So you can post as much as you want in the group, just not advertisement, 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 because we want to add value and not just sell. So that's really what we do. We're here to empower women. You barely see my face on the page because it's not my group, it's your group. I was just the guy that had the list and was able to put it into motion. So
I love it. Yes. So I have been looking at the group. I know I was in a long time writing my book, finishing that up. So I haven't been 100% as involved, but I have been watching from a distance, and I definitely look forward to meeting each member of that group. I have connected with some, so that has been amazing, just knowing that there is a network for ladies within our area, within driving distance, that we can share, collaborate, and do these amazing things that, we shouldn't be doing by ourselves, or shouldn't take the onus that, it's probably too hard. We can't get an event up. We can't get speakers because they're just phenomenal women doing phenomenal things. And I just love that idea fell into your heart, and you were able to pay attention to that and say, you know what, I have to do something with this. And this is what we talk about here at BALM, is that when you get an idea, or when you get a sense of wanting to do more, the only thing you need to do is do more. Take action. Put those things into steps. If you're not aware, you can contact me. I can help you, just guide you. You can contact Kevin if you're in the area. Contact anyone on your list that you see that they're doing something. And it's not that you want to duplicate or you want to be just like them. You're always going to be yourself. And I think a lot of people right now tend to say, oh, well, I'm not going to write a book because this person wrote a book, and they're going to think that, I'm trying to be that person. And, we're all adults here, where it's not what it is. And what I love about each and every one of these communities is that it's never competition. It's always a support system. It's always a family ship where we uplift each other. I've had other coaches on my show highlighting what they do, and I'm a coach. So it's like, why not? We can all win. Everyone's going to find their person, find their ideal person. And I think Tri-State Ladies of business is a great place to start. Definitely, if you're in the Philadelphia, New Jersey, and New York area, definitely check them out. It's just absolutely amazing. And it doesn't matter what type of business. It doesn't have to be at the executive level. It can be a business of crafting, of things that you're putting together that you want to show to the world, because though it's tri-state, it's going to go beyond that, because it's the exposure and all that additional stuff. So I absolutely love it. I love when I join these communities that are doing amazing things. So again, thank you, Kevin. Thank you to Giselle, who really manages it. She is amazing. She is definitely my sister for sure. Giselle Quintanilla, she's one of the main faces that you see in tri-state, and she has a huge passion for this group as well, and you can definitely see that. And Kevin, you're in there, you're definitely applauding us on, cheering us on every time we put our post in there. What does that mean for you when you see the engagement and the things really rolling and falling into place as you envision them?
It actually, that's a great question, and it circles back to what I mentioned earlier, why I work so much. Because I like the ability to look at something after it's been done and I go, I got to be a part of that. I got to help create that. Tony Robbins has a quote, and I'm going to paraphrase it because I never can get it right, is the only way to become more is to be a part of something bigger than yourself. And so this group, this group of ladies, is that it gives me the opportunity to serve in a way that otherwise I wouldn't be able to. And I'm so grateful that you mentioned Giselle, because without her, that group wouldn't have happened. All right. So there's that. I mean, she's the catalyst. She is the one that is in the back working. She makes sure that we do the post the right way. She's the one that facilitates the Let's Talk Tuesdays. Because I can't, number one, and number two, because she is passionate about it. She loves to help her fellow women, so she is awesome. And for me, it's all about that value add, and it's such a rewarding feeling to see that you all get that value. For anybody that's watching this that has had a conversation with me, and Nikki can attest to this, any time that I end a call, I always ask at the end, did I bring you value? Was I able to bring you value? Because that's my goal in life, is to bring value. And so it's such a great feeling.
Yeah, and that you do, Kevin, each and every time, even when we just spoke. Like I said, we've been on a couple virtual coffees. I think this was like our third or fourth one when we were scheduling your your appearance here at BALM, which I'm so happy we finally are doing this, because I've been waiting for a very long time to get you on since our first conversation. But, life does that. It's always, you have to expect it, but never give up that, the things that you want to happen will happen when they're supposed to. And it's never too late. I love, yes, every time we end our call, I'm always getting value from Kevin for sure. It's just an amazing experience just chatting with you, and just the opportunities that you have, and kind of guiding me another way. That's important is you have to get to know more people outside of your norm, outside of your story. You ever regret a conversation out that. So I promise you that. I'm telling you, I started 8 months ago. Through this, I've met over 800 plus people. Just getting in the room, just entering these communities and giving these people a chance. And they have made a monumental change in my life, my perspective, my mindset. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I continue to be consistent in growing my mission. And I believe that's exactly what you're doing as well, Kevin, with this group. Is you are not a true leader until you build other leaders. And that's my mission, to continue to get everyone that, that is in that mindset where, I'm just not worthy, or I can't do something. Yes, you can. You can do it all as long as you believe that you can, and I can help you believe that you can. So I absolutely love that. I love this partnership. We're going to join well pretty soon. Tomorrow we'll be locking in with Shield, and I'm super excited about that journey and, putting my business right on the map where it's supposed to be, and just changing lives just like you, Kevin.
Absolutely.
So any last words? Have anything?
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could just sit and have just a minute.
Absolutely.
To the folks on this call, the folks that are listening in, who are struggling personally, put business aside for just a moment. For people that are struggling personally, I want to share with you some tips. Number one is you are the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Okay. Now, some of you on here may be struggling with an unsupportive family. Some of you may be struggling with an unsupportive spouse. Don't raise your hand. You might get hurt for that one. Some of you might be struggling with an unsupportive internal voice. I can attest to those. If you're not saying good things about you, get around people who are. Because your self-talk is going to either be your biggest cheerleader or your biggest raining cloud. And I want you to go out and find people who have a common goal that you do. Now, you're going to be saying, well, how do I do that? We have the world of social media. Type in something you're passionate about in the search bar, and I'm sure you'll find a group. Be a part of one of the groups that Nikki's mentioned. The people you surround yourself with will change your life. You will be the same person you are today 5 years from now, except for the people you meet and the books you read. Change your life one day at a time by deciding to focus on being 1% better each and every day. So if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. Find a mission that you can attach yourself to and be a part of. And go out and strive to add value each and every day to the people you come in contact with. If I can be of any service to anybody listening to this, I hope that little snippet brings you value. And feel free to reach out to me at the email scrolling across the bottom here. We're here to help. We're here to serve. Whether I can help you with the services I provide or just help you with some guiding words of wisdom from somebody who's been through and struggled alongside the roads that you're running today. You can change your life if you decide to. So go out and make it happen. Nikki, thank you very much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. You are incredible. I'm so very lucky to have been able to connect with you through Jose's group, which, by the way, he's an incredible guy, great friend. And I'm looking forward to seeing where our partnership moves forward. And I look forward to seeing you grow and become the incredible human being that you are, each and every day becoming a better version of that. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Oh my God, your words hit every heartstring because I too have had those same struggles as we all do. We all are having struggles, but it's how do we get through them? We never stay in the valley. We have to get to the mountaintops, and you all have the ability to do that. Kevin, I couldn't have wrapped up this call any more better than how you just wrapped it up. So I just want to thank you so much. I look forward to our future together as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You might have to rewatch this again and take some notes because I know I will. Absolutely love you guys. Thank you for your constant support. That was Kevin Shorette. Reach out to him, Kevin R. Shorrette Jr. at gmail.com or jr@gmail.com. As I always say, have a great day and make it count.